Welcome back, coin lovers and history seekers. Today, we're stepping into a powerful chapter of American heritage with the legendary Liberty half-dollar coin, a coin that carries freedom, artistry, and untold stories in its very metal. This is not just 50 cents in your hand. This is Liberty herself, standing strong through wars, economic shifts, and generations of collectors. From its bold design to its deep historical roots, the Liberty half-dollar represents a time when coins were more than money. They were symbols of national pride. Collectors around the world dream of finding one in exceptional condition, because some Liberty half-dollars are not just rare, they are life-changing treasures. A single detail, a mint mark, or a flawless strike can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a high-value collectible worth far more than face value. In today's video, we'll uncover what makes the Liberty half-dollar so special, why collectors chase it, and how you can identify if the one you own is common or incredibly valuable. Stay with us till the end, because one small detail might completely change how you look at this historic coin forever. The 1972 Liberty half-dollar is often whispered about like a forbidden legend in the world of coin hunters, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but is believed to hide an unbelievable destiny. Struck at the Denver Mint, this half-dollar carries the spirit of American freedom and the weight of time itself. Many collectors say that destiny sometimes disguises itself as pocket change, and this coin is the perfect example. Its dull silver surface may appear silent, yet to those who understand rare coins, it feels like holding a sleeping giant capable of awakening fortunes overnight. What makes the 1972 Liberty half-dollar so mysterious is not just its age, but the story surrounding its creation. Some believe that during this year, a very small number of coins were struck with extraordinary characteristics, subtle differences in strike, metal flow, and design sharpness that separate the ordinary from the legendary. These special coins were never announced, never celebrated, and never meant to be noticed. They slipped quietly into circulation, waiting for the right hands to recognize their hidden power decades later. The silver composition of this Liberty half-dollar adds another layer of fascination. Silver has always been more than a metal. It has symbolized wealth, protection, and power across civilizations. In rare cases, when silver is paired with an unusual mint signature, like the D mint mark and exceptional minting traits, collectors believe the value transcends metal and enters the realm of legacy. This is why some claim that a truly rare 1972 Liberty half-dollar is not measured in thousands, but spoken of in millions, as if money itself bows to history. Collectors who chase this coin often describe the hunt as emotional rather than financial. The idea that a single half-dollar, once used to buy a soda or a newspaper, could now redefine a family's future is deeply gripping. Stories circulate of coins discovered in old drawers, forgotten jars, and inherited collections, only to reveal shocking potential after expert examination. This belief fuels the warning echoed again and again: never rush, never sell cheaply, and never underestimate what looks common. The design of the Liberty half-dollar itself plays into the myth. Liberty's calm yet powerful expression, the confident eagle on the reverse, and the balanced weight of the coin give it an almost ceremonial presence. When collectors speak about the most valuable examples, they talk about perfection, razor-sharp details, untouched surfaces, and a glow that seems untouched by time. In such condition, the coin is believed to move beyond being currency and become a once-in-a-lifetime artifact. There's also a strong belief that timing matters. Many say the true value of a legendary 1972 Liberty half-dollar is not fully realized until the market, the moment, and the right buyer align. When that happens, numbers lose meaning. It is no longer about price tags, but about competition among elite collectors who want to own a piece of hidden American history. In that moment, the coin is said to have the power to change fortunes overnight, turning patience into prosperity. Because of this, experienced voices always advise silence and caution. If you believe you own a special 1972 Liberty half-dollar, the greatest mistake will be selling it in haste or trusting the wrong hands. Legends are not rushed. They are revealed slowly. The difference between an ordinary sale and a life-changing one can be knowledge, timing, and belief in what you hold. This is why such coins are often kept close, studied carefully, and protected like treasure. In the end, the story of the 1972 D Liberty half dollar is not just about money. It is about possibility. It represents the thrilling idea that history can reward the patient, that fortune can hide in plain sight, and that a small silver coin can carry the power to rewrite a future. Whether seen as myth, mystery, or destiny, one thing remains constant. If you ever hold such a coin, treat it with respect, because legends are not spent, they are discovered. The story of the 1985 D Liberty half dollar is not a simple tale of metal and dates. It is a whisper that travels to the hands of collectors, a rumor that ignites curiosity, and a dream that refuses to die. When people speak this coin's name, they are not talking about an ordinary half dollar pulled from pocket change. They are talking about a piece that lives at the edge of legend, where history, mystery, and possibility collide. The Denver Mint Mark D becomes more than a letter. It becomes a signature of fate, a silent stamp that suggests something extraordinary may have slipped through the system unnoticed. What makes the 1985 D half dollar so captivating is the idea that perfection and mistake can be born together. In that year, millions of coins were struck, yet collectors believe that a microscopic handful emerged different, struck with unusual brilliance, exceptional detail, or an impossible composition that defied expectations. Some claim the surface glow resembles silver in a way that standard issues never could, while others speak of razor-sharp Liberty-era style details that feel out of time, as if an older soul was pressed into a modern body. These are the kinds of coins that don't announce themselves loudly. They wait patiently to be discovered. The true power of this coin lies in condition and anomaly. A normal 1985 D half dollar is just currency, but an untouched, flawless specimen, one that looks frozen the moment of its birth, enters a completely different universe. Add to that a dramatic mint error, a wrong planchet strike, or a surface that suggests experimental metal, and suddenly the coin stops being money and starts becoming a relic. Collectors don't pay millions for age alone. They pay for the impossible, for the story no one can repeat, for the coin that should not exist but somehow does. There's a reason seasoned collectors say, never clean, never rush, never sell too fast. Coins like the legendary 1985 D are not valued by face value, or even by common price guides. Their worth is written by desire, by competition, by the hunger of elite collectors who want to own what others cannot. In private rooms, far from public auctions, such coins are discussed in hushed voices. Offers rise not because of metal content, but because of uniqueness, provenance, and the intoxicating promise that this single object could complete a lifetime collection. The idea of becoming rich overnight is not just fantasy. It is the fuel that keeps numismatics alive. History has shown again and again that one overlooked coin can change a family's destiny. The 1985 D half dollar sits in that same dream space. If you ever encounter one that feels different in weight, sound, strike, or shine, it deserves patience and respect. This is not the kind of coin you trade casually. It is a kind you protect, study, and let the world come to you for. What many people misunderstand is that value is not always loud. The most powerful coins often look ordinary to untrained eyes. That is why stories circulate of people spending fortunes without realizing it, while others quietly hold onto a single coin that later commands staggering sums. The 1985 D half dollar has become a symbol of that possibility, a reminder that destiny sometimes hides in plain sight, disguised as everyday change. Collectors are drawn not only to what a coin is, but to what it represents. This coin represents chance, patience, and belief. It represents the idea that history is not finished being written, and that even a modern-era coin can rise to mythical status under the right circumstances. Its value, when extraordinary, is not measured in thousands but imagined in millions, because rarity plus desire knows no ceiling. So if such a coin ever finds its way into your hands, treat it as more than metal. Treat it as a sleeping giant. Do not rush to sell. Do not accept the first opinion. And do not let anyone convince you it is ordinary until it has truly been proven so. Coins like the legendary 1985 D half dollar carry more than monetary worth. They carry the power of transformation, the kind that turns patience into prosperity and turns an ordinary night into the beginning of a completely new fortune. The 1978 D-half dollar often gets wrapped in mystery because people hear the word liberty and imagine a lost silver treasure. But the real power of this coin lies in understanding what it truly is and why some examples ignite the imagination collectors. In 1978, the United States was striking Kennedy half dollars at the Denver Mint, and by that time silver had already vanished from regular circulation issues. Yet this ordinary-looking coin carries the aura of American freedom, the last echoes of big circulating halves, and the hope that something rare might still be hiding in plain sight. At first glance, a normal 1978 D-half dollar is a copper-nickel-clad coin, not silver, produced in large numbers for everyday use. In average condition, it is worth only face value, and that truth shocks many dreamers. But coins are not judged only by their date and mint mark. They are judged by their story, their survival, and their secrets. History has proven again and again that when the mint makes a mistake, when metal dies or strikes go wrong, an ordinary year can suddenly become legendary. What collectors truly hunt for in a 1978 D-half dollar are extreme mint errors and ultra-rare anomalies. Imagine a coin struck on the wrong planchet, perhaps on a leftover silver blank from an earlier era, or a dramatic double strike that twists the design into something never meant to exist. These kinds of mistakes are accidents frozen in metal, and when verified, they can turn a common coin into a once-in-a-lifetime artifact. This is where the dream of unimaginable value is born, not from the date alone, but from the impossibility of the error. Condition adds another layer of magic. A perfectly preserved 1978 D-half dollar with razor-sharp details, blazing luster, and untouched surfaces can stand above millions of worn examples. When such a coin reaches the highest professional grades, it becomes a trophy for advanced collectors who compete fiercely for the finest known pieces. While even the best normal strikes do not reach millions, they prove how survival and care can elevate a simple coin into something special and respected. The myths of overnight fortune often grow because people confuse rarity with hope. Stories circulate of silver 1978 halves, secret test strikes, or forgotten mint experiments. And while most of these tales fade under examination, the excitement they create is real. Coins are emotional objects. They connect people to history, luck, and a belief that destiny can hide in a pocket. That emotional pull is why rumors never fully die and why people keep searching their change with shining eyes. True life-changing value appears only when rarity, demand, and authenticity collide. A confirmed wrong metal strike, a dramatic and unique error, or a one-of-a-kind mint accident can reach astonishing prices because collectors are not buying metal. They are buying impossible. These coins are chased, studied, and showcased, and their worth grows from their story as much as their substance. If you believe you have something extraordinary, the greatest mistake is rushing to sell or trusting casual opinions. Coins with real potential deserve patience, protection, and professional evaluation. Many treasures are lost not because they were fake, but because they were mishandled, cleaned, or sold before their true nature was understood. Knowledge, not speed, is what separates regret from reward in the world of rare coins. In the end, the 1978 D-half dollar is a powerful reminder that fortune does not come from fantasy alone, but from awareness. Most examples are humble survivors of everyday commerce, yet a tiny fraction could carry a shockwave of value if they break every rule. That is why people keep looking, keep believing, and keep hoping, because history has shown that sometimes, against all odds, a simple coin really can change a life. The 1973 D-Liberty half dollar is often whispered about in collector circles like a forbidden legend, a coin that hides its true identity behind an ordinary face. At first glance, it looks like just another half dollar pulled from a drawer or inherited in silence. Yet believers say this coin carries a hidden destiny. The Denver mint mark, the year, the quiet shine of the metal, all of it feeds a story that refuses to die. This is not just a coin in these tales. It is a sleeping giant of fortune, waiting for the right hands to recognize its power before the world catches on. According to long-standing coin folklore, a very small number of 1973 D-half dollars exist that were never meant to leave the shadows. These pieces are said to carry unusual traits: unexpected weight, strange surface texture, razor-sharp details, or an aura of perfection that feels almost unreal. In these stories, the coin is not judged by common price guides or everyday standards. Its value is imagined as something beyond numbers, beyond logic, something that can leap from pocket change to life-altering wealth in a single moment of recognition. What makes this legend so gripping is the belief that the coin's worth is not obvious to the untrained eye. The metal may look ordinary, but the story insists the power lies deeper, in microscopic details, silent irregularities, or a moment in history when something went slightly off course at the Denver Mint. This tiny deviation, collectors say, is what transforms a simple half-dollar into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure, rumored to command unimaginable sums when the right collector appears. In dramatic retellings, the 1973 D Liberty half-dollar is described as a fortune coin capable of changing a life overnight. The idea is simple but intoxicating. One decision, selling too early, could destroy a destiny, while patience could unlock wealth beyond imagination. That is why the warning always follows the story. Never rush, never accept the first offer, and never underestimate what you hold. In these narratives, many fortunes are lost not because the coin lacked value, but because its owner lacked belief. The most captivating part of the myth is how it blends hope with mystery. People imagine the coin sitting quietly in old collections, forgotten boxes, or family heirlooms, unaware of its supposed hidden strength. The thought that a single object, no larger than a few centimeters, could rewrite someone's entire future is what gives a story its fire. It turns ordinary people into dreamers and casual holders into guardians of destiny. Collectors who believe in this legend often speak of energy rather than price. They claim such a coin attracts attention, sparks curiosity, and commands respect the moment it is revealed to the right audience. In their telling, money follows naturally, not because of metal content or face value, but because rarity combined with story creates desire. And where desire exists, value can explode beyond imagination. Whether seen as myth, motivation, or pure storytelling magic, the 1973 D Liberty half-dollar has earned its place in coin lore. It represents the idea that history can hide miracles in plain sight, and that wealth does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes, it waits quietly, disguised as something ordinary, until someone chooses to look closer and believe deeper. In the end, this story is less about a single coin and more about possibility. The 1973 D Liberty half-dollar stands as a symbol of sudden transformation, of patience rewarded, and of faith in the unseen. If you ever hold such a coin, the legend says one thing above all else. Do not rush, do not doubt, and do not trade destiny for convenience. Because fortune, when it awakens, does so in a single unforgettable night. The 1976 D Liberty half-dollar is often spoken about in whispers among coin dreamers, a coin surrounded by excitement, hope, and a belief that destiny sometimes hides inside ordinary pockets. Struck during America's grand bicentennial celebration, this half-dollar carries a powerful historical aura that instantly separates it from everyday coins. The year 1976 itself represents freedom, survival, and national pride, and when the Denver Mint Mark D appears beneath that date, collectors feel a spark of curiosity that refuses to fade. Many people have unknowingly held this coin, spent it, or ignored it, never realizing that under very rare circumstances, this piece can become something far greater than simple metal. What fuels the legend of the most valuable 1976 D Liberty half-dollar is not the common version, but the extraordinary exceptions. These are coins born from unusual moments at the mint. Striking irregularities, flawless surfaces, mysterious finishes, or features so rare that only a handful are believed to exist. Such coins are not just currency, they are accidents of history. When a 1976 D half-dollar appears with an ultra-sharp strike, mirror-like fields, perfect details, or unexplained characteristics that set it apart, it transforms into a treasure that collectors chase relentlessly. These rare survivors can command staggering prices because they cannot simply be replaced. The emotional power of this coin lies in its unpredictability. Millions were produced, yet only a microscopic number rise to legendary status. That is what makes people dream. The possibility that a single coin, sitting quietly in a drawer or inherited from a relative, could be one of those once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. In elite condition, untouched by circulation and preserved as if frozen in time, a rare 1976 D Liberty half dollar can ignite bidding wars among wealthy collectors who value rarity more than gold itself. When demand collides with scarcity, prices can explode into unimaginable territory. Another layer of fascination comes from special striking anomalies that defy expectations. Coins with dramatic errors, double features, unusual textures, or striking qualities that experts struggle to explain become instant legends. These pieces tell a story of imperfection that paradoxically creates perfection in the eyes of collectors. In private auctions, such unique coins are sometimes valued not by guides or charts, but by desire alone. When two determined buyers want the same impossible coin, numbers can rise beyond logic, reaching life-changing levels that turn myths into reality. The phrase, "don't sell it cheaply," carries real weight in the world of rare coins. A truly exceptional 1976 D Liberty half dollar must be approached with patience and caution. Rushing to sell without proper understanding can mean losing a fortune before realizing its potential. Serious collectors know that the right coin, authenticated and presented correctly, can rewrite a person's financial story overnight. History is filled with examples of overlooked collectibles that later shocked the world when their true value emerged. What makes this coin especially powerful is how ordinary it appears at first glance. It does not announce its worth loudly. Its magic is quiet, waiting for the right eyes to notice its details, its condition, and its uniqueness. This silence is what allows it to hide in plain sight, sometimes for decades. The idea that a small piece of metal can hold the power to transform a life is exactly why people fall in love with coin collecting. Hope lives inside these details. For those who believe in fortune, the 1976 D Liberty half dollar symbolizes opportunity disguised as simplicity. It represents the thrilling idea that wealth does not always arrive through obvious paths. Sometimes it arrives as history, patience, and knowledge combined into a single object. The most valuable examples are not just bought, they are discovered. And discovery carries a magic that money alone cannot replicate. In the end, the legend of the 1976 D Liberty half dollar is about possibility. Not every coin will make someone rich, but the rarest ones carry stories powerful enough to change destinies. If you ever hold one that feels different, looks different, or stand apart from the rest, treat it with respect. Because in the world of rare coins, the smallest details can unlock unimaginable wealth, and one silent half dollar can truly change a fortune overnight. In this universe of American coins, few pieces spark as much mystery as the 1972 D Liberty half dollar. This coin isn't just a slice of metal. It is a symbol of a forgotten chapter in U.S. minting history, a chapter whispered about by collectors who believe that rare errors from this year may still be hiding in pockets, drawers, and old family boxes. Each time someone discovers an untouched 1972 D half dollar, the heart of the coin world beats just a little faster, because no one truly knows what secrets the Denver Mint might have left behind in that turbulent year. Collectors often speak about the 1972 D half dollar with the same energy treasure hunters use when describing a lost artifact. Though most coins from this year are common, a select few, those with strange minting flaws, double designs, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet defects, are the ones that create legends. These special survivors don't come around often, but when they do, they command unbelievable attention and spark bidding wars that shoot upward like lightning. The coin's beauty lies not only in its design but in the story behind it. The early 1970s were a time of tremendous change for the U.S. Mint. Machines were pushed to their limits. Production numbers surged, and the rush to meet national demand meant that occasional mistakes slipped through the cracks. Those errors, rare as a streak of silver across a night sky, transformed otherwise ordinary coins into prized masterpieces. And the 1972 D half dollar is the perfect example of how a tiny flaw can elevate a coin to mythical status. When collectors talk about fortune-changing coins, they're not speaking about ordinary pieces, but about the elusive error examples that survive by pure accident. Imagine a 1972 D half dollar struck on the wrong metal, or one with a dramatic double die effect, where Kennedy's profile appears almost alive in layered detail. Such a specimen could make collectors lose sleep and auction houses tremble. Because the value of unique era coins is limited only by one thing: how far a determined collector is willing to go. And this is where the legend of the $1 million 1972 D half dollar is born. Not from market charts, but from stories of record-breaking sales of other one-of-kind mint mistakes. In the coin world, rarity is king, and if a 1972 D era with never-before-seen characteristics were to surface, its price could climb into realms that shock the world. That is why enthusiasts treat every 1972 D half dollar with reverence. You never truly know what version you're holding until an expert studies it. For many collectors, this coin represents the thrill of possibility. It embodies the idea that a small, forgotten object from the past could hold a secret capable of changing someone's destiny. Not because every coin is worth a fortune, but because hidden treasures do exist, and once in a lifetime, someone finds one. The mystery of the 1972 D half dollar keeps that dream alive. So if you possess a 1972 D Liberty half dollar, handle it with care, protect it from damage, and allow its story to breathe. You might be holding an everyday coin, or you might be holding the rarest variation the world has yet to discover. The beauty of numismatics is that discovery often comes when no one expects it, turning humble objects into extraordinary revelations. In the end, the true power of the 1972 D half dollar lies not just in potential value, but in the excitement, history, and adventure it represents. It reminds us that hidden treasures still roam among us, tucked away in pockets and boxes, waiting for the moment when their brilliance is recognized. And sometimes one coin, just one, can rewrite a collector's destiny forever. The 1973 D Liberty half dollar is a coin that collectors whisper about the way treasure hunters whisper about lost kingdoms, a piece of metal that carries more stories than silver. Struck in Denver, this coin may not be made of pure silver, yet its aura shines brighter than any polished bullion. It is a kind of coin that feels alive when held in your hand, as if it has traveled through decades waiting for the right person to finally uncover its true potential. Its edge, its weight, its history, everything about it signals that this is no ordinary half dollar. Over the years, countless collectors have searched through drawers, jars, and forgotten boxes hoping to stumble upon a perfect 1973 D Liberty half dollar, the kind that seems to glow under light. Some say that the rarest pieces from this year and mint mark have an almost mythical status, because a flawless example can capture the attention of even the most experienced numismatists. The dream of discovering one in exceptional condition is enough to send waves of excitement through the coin-collecting world. Stories circulate about extraordinary finds, coins preserved by chance, untouched by time, somehow surviving in almost pristine condition. These tales give the 1973 D half dollar its legendary charm. And while not every piece may hold unimaginable monetary value, the possibility that yours could be the exceptional one turns each coin into a mystery waiting to be solved. This sense of uncertainty, this flicker of hope, is what makes the chase so addictive. Imagine opening an old envelope or unlocking a dusty box and seeing this coin shine back at you. For a moment, your heart races. Could this be the one? That single moment of discovery holds more power than any lottery ticket. It's a thrill that collectors live for, the possibility that what appears ordinary may actually be extraordinary, hiding greatness beneath the surface. Collectors know that condition is everything. A 1973 D Liberty half dollar with a razor-sharp strike, flawless luster, and untouched rims becomes something far more valuable than pocket change. It becomes a symbol of rarity. Some call it luck, others destiny. But whatever the reason, only a tiny fraction survive in exceptional condition. And those few carry a kind of quiet strength, a silent promise of what they might become in the eyes of a passionate buyer. Even without guaranteed fortune, the 1973 D Liberty half dollar has the ability to change your perspective on what value truly means. It teaches that worth is not only about money, it is about history, preservation, and the stories that travel through time. A rare coin is a time traveler, a witness, a relic of the past that chooses its owner as much as the owner chooses it. So if you hold a 1973 D Liberty half dollar today, treat it with respect. Hold it gently between your fingers, look at its details, and let it speak. It might not instantly make you a billionaire, but it holds the power to transform your appreciation, your curiosity, and your connection to the past. For some collectors, that alone is priceless. In the world of numismatics, every now and then a coin becomes more than metal. It becomes a legend. The 1973 D Liberty half dollar has earned that place. Whether it brings you fortune, fascination, or simply a story worth telling, this coin stands as a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry the greatest mysteries. And sometimes, those mysteries are worth more than gold. The world of American coin collecting. Few coins ignite the imagination quite like the legendary 1974 D Liberty half dollar, a coin whispered about in collector circles as if it carries a destiny of its own. Though struck in massive quantities for everyday use, a tiny handful of pieces were rumored to leave the Denver Mint with striking brilliance, rare errors, or uncanny preservation, turning a simple half dollar into a symbol of impossible fortune. Collectors speak of it the way adventurers speak of treasure buried beneath ancient sands. Not as mere metal, but as a spark of fate waiting to be discovered. What gives the 1974 D coin its mysterious aura is not just its age, but the stories attached to it. Some say a flawless piece can hypnotize even the most seasoned numismatist, its surface glowing like it remembers the touch of the mint presses that forged it. Others claim special misstruck examples, the ones that escaped unnoticed, can command life-changing offers from private collectors who chase rarity as if chasing destiny itself. True or not, these stories keep the 1974 D alive in the imagination of every treasure hunter. If you ever hold this coin in your palm, it feels like holding a small spark of American history, a reminder of a time when coins carried weight, texture, and character. The bold Liberty profile, the eagle's wings stretching with strength, the sharp D mint mark. Every detail whispers about craftsmanship from a different era. People don't just collect this coin, they cherish what it represents, a piece of the nation's story preserved in metal. Over time, the mythology around this coin has grown enormously. Collectors trade tales of rare specimens that supposedly fetched unbelievable offers behind closed doors, where wealthy buyers battle quietly for ownership of something no one else has. These stories spread like wildfire, giving the 1974 D half dollar a reputation bigger than reality, a reputation that transforms it into a symbol of hope, luck, and sudden change. And once a coin gains such a reputation, its aura becomes impossible to extinguish. For some people, the 1974 D half dollar feels like a lucky charm, the kind of object that enters your life unexpectedly and refuses to be ignored. They say that coins like this don't just appear randomly. They find you, and when they do, they bring a certain electricity, as if destiny itself is tapping you on the shoulder. Whether true or not, the belief gives this coin a power that goes far beyond its metal. Imagine discovering one in exceptional condition, untouched, flawless, glowing. The feeling would be indescribable. You wouldn't just be holding a coin, you'd be holding a story, a legend, a possibility. No collector with experience would let it go cheaply, because such beauty is not measured by money alone. The value lies in its rarity, its mystery, and the demand from those who cannot resist the pull of something extraordinary. So if you ever come across this 1974 D Liberty half dollar in remarkable condition or a rare minting twist, remember this. Its worth is shaped by the eyes of collectors who chase perfection and rarity, not by any fixed number. Stories of millions and overnight fortune come from the mythic world of collectors' imaginations, a world where passion transforms a simple coin into a dream. And dreams have no price tag. In the end, the 1974 D half dollar is more than a piece of currency. It is a symbol of luck, a symbol of possibility, a symbol of the idea that one small object, forgotten in drawers or hidden in old jars, might one day rewrite someone's future. Whether myth or miracle, its legend continues to grow, and those who hold it close treat it not as money, but as a treasure that carries the thrill of what and the magic of fortune waiting to unfold. In the world of American coins, the 1989 D Liberty half dollar has risen like a hidden giant, quiet for decades, but now whispered about as the coin that could turn an ordinary collector into an overnight legend. People say that the moment you hold this Denver-minted piece in your hand, you feel a spark, as if history itself is pulsing beneath your fingertips. It's not just a coin. It's a symbol of rare destiny, carrying the energy of fortune for those lucky enough to discover it. Collectors call it the silent thunder because its true worth isn't shouted from rooftops. Its power hides behind its modest appearance. But those who understand coins, those who can read the signs of rarity, know this 1989 D half dollar can ignite unimaginable value when the right combination of condition, uniqueness, and collector demand comes together. For some, it's an ordinary coin, but for the wise, it's a sleeping treasure waiting to awaken. Some stories say that a tiny number of these coins left the Denver Mint with extraordinary sharpness, mirror-bright surfaces, or unexpected minting quirks, each one transforming a routine half dollar into a mysterious masterpiece. These are the pieces collectors chase, the ones they swear could bring life-changing offers from private buyers who hunt quietly in the shadows of a numismatic world. It's not the metal that makes it powerful, it's the myth wrapped around it. Imagine discovering this coin tucked inside an old drawer, a forgotten purse, or a dusty box passed down from family. Most people would never know what they're holding. But someone with an eye for value, someone with that instinct for hidden rarity, would feel the gravity of the moment instantly. The 1989 D half dollar has that aura, a pull, a presence, a whisper that says don't let me go too easily. Many collectors keep their rarest 1989 D pieces locked away, refusing to release them at low prices. They believe such a coin carries a kind of symbolic power that could shift someone's fortune overnight. Not because it's made of silver or gold, but because the stories attached to it have grown into legend. When a coin gains mythic status, its value is no longer just financial. It becomes emotional, historical, and personal. Every curve of Lady Liberty, every detail of the mint mark D, every preserved shimmer on the surface adds to its personality. A coin in flawless condition doesn't just look beautiful. It feels like a time capsule frozen in perfection. And when perfection meets rarity, even the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. That is why collectors guard their 1989 D pieces fiercely, knowing that once such a treasure slips out of their hands, it may never return. The deeper you dive into the world of this coin, the clearer it becomes that it's not just a collectible. It's a story of luck, legacy, and timing. The kind of story that gets passed down through generations, where each new owner adds their own chapter to its journey. Some say the coin chooses its holder, not the other way around. And when it lands in the right hands, doors of opportunity quietly begin to open. So if you ever find a 1989 D Liberty half dollar, don't treat it as an ordinary relic of the past. Treat it as a sign, a symbol of hidden potential. Hold it with respect, keep it safe, and never rush into parting with it. Because while the world may overlook it, the truth is simple. In the kingdom of rare coins, this one carries a spark powerful enough to change your story, one breathtaking moment at a time.